Hello everyone, today I will read Harry Potter First Stone. Well, Nicholas and I have had a little chat and agreed it's all for the best. But that means he and his wife will die, won't they? They have enough Elixir stored to set their affairs in order. And then, yes, they will die. Dumbledore smiled at the look of amazement on Harry's face. To one as young as you, I'm sure, it seems incredible, but to Nicholas and Perennial, it really is like going to bed after a very, very long day. After all, the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. You know, the stone was really not such a wonderful thing. As much money and life as you could want, the two things most human beings would choose above all. The trouble is humans do have a knack of choosing precisely those things which are worst for them. Harry lay there, lost for words. Dumbledore hummed a little and smiled at the ceiling. "Sir?" said Harry. "I've been thinking, sir, even if the stone's gone, you know who called you Voldemort, Harry. Always use the proper name for things. Fear of a name increases fear of the thing itself." "Yes, sir. Well, Voldemort's going to try other ways of coming back, isn't he? He hasn't gone, has he?" "No, Harry, he has not. He's still out there somewhere, perhaps looking for another body to share. Not being truly alive, he cannot be killed. He left to Quirrell to die. He shows just as little mercy to his followers as his enemies. Nevertheless, Harry, while you may only have delayed his return to power, it will merely take someone else who is prepared to fight what seems a losing battle next time. If he is delayed again and again, why, he may never return to power." Harry nodded but stopped quickly because it made his head hurt. Then he said, "Sir, there's some other things I'd like to know. If you can tell me things I want to know the truth about." "The truth," Dumbledore sighed. "It is a beautiful and terrible thing and should therefore be treated with great caution. However, I shall answer your questions unless I have a very good reason not to, in which case I beg you all forgive me. I shall not, of course, lie." "Well, Voldemort said that he only killed my mother because she tried to stop him killing me. But why would he want to kill me in the first place?" Dumbledore sighed very deeply this time. "Alice, the first thing you asked me, I cannot tell you. Not today, not now. I will know one day. But if from your mind, for now, Harry, when you are older. I know you hate to hear this. When you are ready, you will know." And Harry knew it would be no good to argue. But why couldn't Quirrell touch me? Your mother died to save you. If there is one thing Voldemort cannot understand, it is love. He didn't realize that love was powerful as your mom's. For you leaves its own mark. Not a scar. No. Visible sign. To have been loved too deeply, even though the person who loved us is gone, will give us some protection forever. It is in your very skin. Quirrell, full of hatred, greed, and ambition, sharing his soul with Voldemort, could not touch you for this reason. It was agony to touch a person marked by something so good. Dumbledore now became very interested in a bird out on the windowsill, which gave Harry time to dry his eyes on the sheet. When he had found his voice again, Harry said, "And the invisibility cloak, do you know who sent it to me? Your father happened to live within my possession, and I thought you might like it." Dumbledore's eyes twinkled. "Useful things. Your father used it mainly for sneaking off to the kitchens to steal food. When he was here, there's something else." "Fire away," Quirrell said. Snap. Professor Snap, Harry. "Yes, him," Quirrell had said. "He hates me because he hated my father." "Is that true?" "Well, they did rather detest each other. Not like yourself and Mr. Malfoy. And then your father did something Snap could never forgive." "What?" "He saved his life." "What?" "Yes," said Dumbledore dreamily. "Funny the way people's minds work, isn't it? Professor Snap couldn't bear being in your father's debt after we lived you. He worked so hard to protect you this year because he felt that could make him and your father quit. Then he could go back to hating your father's memory in peace." Harry tried to understand this, but it made his head pout, so he stopped. "And sir, there's one more thing." "Just the one?" "How did I get the stone out of the mirror?" Now, I'm glad you asked me that. It was one of my more brilliant ideas, and between you and me, that's saying something. You see, only one who wanted to find the stone. Find it, but not use it. Would be able to get it with otherwise. That brand surprises even me sometimes. Now, enough questions. I suggest you make a start on this with Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. I was unfortunate enough in my youth to come across a vomit flavored one and since then I'm afraid I've rather lost my liking for them. But I think I will be safe with a nice toffee, don't you? He smiled and popped golden brown bean into his mouth. Then he choked and said, "Alas, earwax, Madam Porphyry." The matron was a nice woman, but very strict. "Just 5 minutes," Harry pleaded. "Absolutely not. You let Professor Dumbledore in, well, of course, That was the headmaster. Quite different. You need rest. I am resting. Look. Lying down and everything. Oh. Go on. Madame Pomfrey. Oh. Very well, she said, but 5 minutes only, and she let Ron and everyone in here. Everyone looked ready to fly her arms around him again, but Harry was glad she held herself in as his head was still very sore. Oh, Harry, we were sure you were going to. Dumbledore was so worried. The whole school's talking about it, said Ron. What really happened? It was one of those rare occasions when the true story is even more strange and exciting than the wild rumors. Harry told them everything: Quirrell, the mirror, the stone, and Voldemort. Ron and everyone were a very good audience. They gasped in all the right places, and then when Harry told them what was under Quirrell's turban, everyone screamed out loud. So the stone's gone, said Ron finally. Flamo's just going to die. That's what I said. But Dumbledore thinks that was what was it? The well-organized might. That is but the next great adventure. I always said he was off his rocker, said Ron, looking quite impressed at how mad his hero was. So, what happened to you two? Said Harry. Well, I got back all right, said everyone. I brought Ron's route. That took a while. And we were dashing up to the Owlery to contact Dumbledore when we met him in the entrance hall. He already knew. He just said, Harry's gone after him, hasn't he? And her toe dropped to the third floor. Don't you think he meant you to do it? Said Ron, sending you your father's clothes and everything. Well, everyone exploded if he did. I mean, say, that's terrible. It could have been killed. No, it isn't, said Harry thoughtfully. He's a funny man, Dumbledore. I thought he sure wanted to give me a chance. I think he knows more or less everything that goes on here. You know, I reckon he had a pretty good idea we were going to try, and instead of stopping us, he just taught us enough to help. I don't think it was an accident. He let me find out how the mirror worked. It's almost like he thought I had the right to face Voldemort if I could. Yeah, Dumbledore sparking. All right, said Ron proudly. Listen, you've got to be up for the end of year feast tomorrow. The boys are all in the Slytherin war. Of course, you missed the last Quidditch match. We were steamrolled by Ravenclaw without you. But the football be good at that moment. Madame Pomfrey bustled over. You've had nearly 15 minutes. Now out, she said firmly, after a good night's sleep. Harry felt nearly back to normal. I want to go to the feast, he told Madame Pomfrey as she straightened to his many sweet box. I can, can't I?